Okay, welcome into another episode of All Bones Don't Lie podcast. We have our stacked duos episode today, uh, and yeah, we're gonna go through our top three stacked duos. We each have three. Tim and Tyler each have three. I am playing off what they don't have, so mine may be. I have a top I have a top 12 here, so I may just eliminate six of them because I can't talk about them because you guys
Wait,
are.
You're overachieving on us.
I'm overachieving. I took a little more time looking at this because I was trying to get numbers and ADP ranking and actual like it looks stupid, but it's just like percentages and numbers and combined. Yeah. So and then we're gonna talk some news. There is football playing. A lot of football played yesterday. Some preseason. I have some takes, but we'll get into that. So, how are you guys?
Fantastic.
We're all here. We all did it.
Yep.
It's a great Sunday morning, sipping some coffee, talking some football.
Yeah, on a Sunday.
We survived the Apple Festival yesterday,
Oh
just
yeah.
barely.
Oh yeah. The Apple Festival. That was fun. Actually, I actually had fun. So
It was hot.
it was hot.
It was hot.
I definitely should be in the VIP the entire time. So
Yes. That'll
it
be the
took
plan next year.
it took us the whole day just to find it, and then we're like, why didn't we come here in the first place? Yeah, so we're getting some news. So far there's been, I want to say there was like what, 10 games. Yes, there was a lot of games over the week. There's two more today. Would you guys have any thoughts so far the preseason? I think Shador looks great. He's going to be an MVP.
Oh,
MVP of the league.
Holy moly.
He's already letting reporters know that he's upset that they didn't speak highly of him.
Yeah, it's true. I saw that. I did. So what I take away from some of the rookies that did get drafted, they went to him early and they went to him often. Cam Ward, uh, Cam Ward through to Calvin Ridley, almost I think his entire drive.
Yep.
So that is very very encouraging for my fantasy team because I have Calvin Ridley.
Did you take a look at my notes or what?
What? Oh, I should. Oh, okay.
I literally just added him this morning.
Oh, I don't. Oh, it hasn't updated. That's why. Um,
I mean, who else is he gonna throw to? Right.
Great question.
I mean, Tyler Lockett's not gonna play in the preseason because he's old.
Yeah.
And then your next option is Van Jefferson.
Yeah, I was looking at their depth chart, and it's not great. Not great at all. I think Calvin Ridley is obviously the receiver number one. Tyler Lockett is receiver number three. Tony Pollard, Tyjae Spears as their running backs. And then their wide receiver two is going to be Alec Ayumanar.
Yeah.
Out of Stanford.
Yeah.
Rookie.
He's a
And
rookie.
then Van Jefferson behind him. So, and then tight end Chig. I mean,
Chiga Conco.
yeah. So not the greatest.
No.
Their offense last year was 26, passing yards 25th, passing attempts 23rd, touchdowns 28th, and red zone percentage are both 26. So not a great offense Cam Ward's being thrown into.
I mean, the quarterback situation was not good last year in Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's an understatement.
That's a severity, like a really big understatement.
Will Levis looked as
Or-
bad or worse than Tim Tebow ever did
Wow.
last year.
Oh, that's a shot. uh, that's a big shot right there. Damn. I like Tim Tebow too. There, yeah, and also the Travis Hunter played. He got like, I think caught 3 for 3.
Mhm.
and then he played some defense. I was watching Sports Center at night last night for a bit, and they were talking about how much is he going to play on offense and how much he's going to play on defense. It's still like the big debate for Travis Hunter. I still think he's going to be on the field like maybe 70% of the offensive plays and maybe another 30 for defense, but I think it's going to be packages for defensive plays, not like a full not full like series for defensives. And if they do play him, it's going to be like maybe a nickel, not like an outside receiver. I mean,
Mhm.
outside corner. So
Yeah, I agree. The, the Steelers were Steelers posted
they
Caleb Johnson. They said Caleb Johnson ran over Travis Hunter, but
he didn't run him over. I saw the highlight. He didn't even run him over. But he looked good. Caleb Johnson looked really good. The offense was humming with um uh, freaking Mason Rudolph. I was like,
mhm.
oh, this is great. We threw the ball like 5 times.
That offense always hums with Mason Rudolph, I feel
Yeah.
like. It just he's been there so long.
He's just been there so long and he knows what to do. So
I mean, I don't know. Caleb Johnson only averaged 2.5 yards a carry.
they ran the rock. That's all that matters. And
That is true.
and I don't think he got subbed out. I didn't watch the game, but I didn't the drive that I saw, he didn't get subbed out. So
Yeah, did they target him in the passing game? It doesn't. Oh yeah,
uh,
2 targets
two
for
targets.
Caleb Johnson.
Let me get through the news. Yeah. So Richardson. Oh, we'll get through these news. Richardson's injury. I heard his pinky finger, his little pinky finger. I think he'll be okay. Lad is still suffering. I think it's a hamstring he has, but I know he's still injured. He hasn't practiced. Cam Scadaboo has a hammy, but
No,
I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty bummed about that. Obviously, I took him in the rookie draft in our
Yeah,
dynasty league. But just as bad, right? He's listed as third on the depth chart right now. So
yeah.
hopefully he can come back from that injury and work towards taking that RB1 role.
I think he will, even if he's. Can you guys hear that?
A little bit. Yeah, what is that?
It's Tyus Jordan hitting his drum
Yes. You my boy, Blue.
very loudly.
that's
Um,
funny.
I still think if even if he's injured and he comes back, I think by the end of like maybe mid season he'll take over because he's just too good to not play him and
Got to
not
boot.
not be a part of that offense. So
Um,
but
yeah, I hope I really want him to take that number 1 role. The Giants need some good news. Although Jackson Dart did look pretty good yesterday.
yeah, he looked
Jackson Dart looked nice.
yeah. I don't know. On the depth chart, it says Russell Wilson's the starter, and then it's Jameis, then it's him. So I don't know how that's going to work out.
I
When
know you're needing a quarterback, Josh.
I have one. I have Drake May. He's going to ball out this year.
Jackson Dart looked pretty nice.
I know he did look really good. What was I going to say? Other than that, Tyler, what's this? Tyreek Hill's out with an oblique injury.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill. I drafted him last year and hoping that I'd get the Tyreek Hill effect on my team where I just win because of him. And last year he was dealing with with a wrist injury, and I feel like it was a big part of why he wasn't the best receiver last year. It was kind of like a nagging injury, and it started in the off season in the training camp. So I feel like this is just kind of like the it was kind of like the same script I heard last year, where the wrist started hurting. The coaches were saying that he's going to be okay, and it ended up being like a whole season kind of nagging injury.
Yeah.
And then now with this oblique injury, they're saying the exact same thing they said last year. Oh, he's gonna be okay. It's not that serious. So I don't know. I'm just Tyreek Hill is definitely going down on my rankings just because all the personal stuff he's been going through, and then this injury just putting the cherry on top.
Yeah, and he also has like a vendetta against his head coach right now. Like
Yeah,
he is not he's not about him right now. So
yeah,
yeah, I don't.
and these are the people that I put in this in the notes right here are just receivers that I wanted to see. The guys,
Hmm.
who would you pick rather than Tyreek Hill? Just nice and quick, Tyreek Hill or T Higgins?
Would this be as like your wide receiver one
I think they're going
or
around like wide receiver two. I think in the mock
two?
drafts.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh, I take Higgins.
yeah, it's gonna be like a wide receiver two kind of thing right here.
Yeah, I'd take Higgins also.
Yep. Tyreek Hill or Scary Terry?
Terry.
Tyreek Hill or Marvin Harrison Jr.?
I take Marv
Same.
just with just just for the breakout upside of it.
Mm-hmm. Tyreek Hill or Mike Evans?
I take Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, because with uh Mbuka there, I think Evans. I don't think I think he'll get 1,000 yards this year, but I don't think the touchdowns are going to be there.
Yeah.
So I think Mbuka is going to take away some of that,
Okay.
just because he's so explosive and he's fresh, and they've been raving about him at Bucks camp. Like almost all the coaches are like, I hope we can just get Mbuka the ball as much as we
Yeah.
can because he's that good.
Yeah. And last one right here, Tyreek Hill or Garrett Wilson?
Oof.
I gross. I don't like
I
either. I don't like
Yeah, these are all the receivers that are going around like all in the third round
all in
here.
that round era. Yeah,
Yeah. In that third, fourth round area.
I probably would take Tyreek.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson's kind of tough. That
There's
one's a tough one. I don't know which one I would take on that one.
it's both. It's a risk either way.
Yeah.
I just like I I'm so low on the Jets offense,
Yeah,
which I think it is kind of like my entire lifetime is influencing this decision because the Jets have been so bad so often. But
but they were good with Mark Sanchez.
they're
They made the playoffs.
good for YouTube with the
Yeah,
butt fumble.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, they made the playoffs, but it's been really bad. I'm curious to see what Justin Fields can do. But yeah, I mean, that's a toss up for me. I would like I'm not drafting Garrett Wilson this year, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'd take Tyreek.
It's gross, but yeah. Um,
Let's
I
get to
missed.
this last. Let's get to this last notes right here.
Oh, the smelling salts. Yeah, I heard about this. So stupid, but I understand. Like I looked into it. It's because um, so this like if you haven't ever done smelling salts, if you're listening, or they really wake you up. And guys use them on the field to like um wake up or if they're feeling kind of woozy, um, do a quick smell. The reason why they're doing it is because of like concussion stuff. Because if you guys remember the playoff game with Josh, I think it was in Baltimore.
Mhm.
He kind of got a little knocked out there, and they gave him a
Yeah.
smelling salt, and he was immediately fine. He could have. It's all concussion safety protocols. That's all they're doing. So yeah,
I feel like
I still think it's stupid, but it's dumb things the NFL does to like make it look like they are protecting the players and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I feel like with smelling salts permitted, I think George Kittle
Oh yeah,
goes up in my rankings.
yeah. George Kittle is very, very upset. I forgot about that. He is very, very upset about that. George Kittle rips like a smelling salt after every play. I think I think he holds it in like in his little lip of his pants and just smells it. And
The boom stick.
yeah, the boom boom stick for him. So that's why he's always has so much energy. So all right. You guys want to get into these stacks?
Oh,
All right.
Yeah.
So
Let's get weird.
yeah, the big. Well, I don't know. Do you guys want to talk about the obvious stack?
I
That's
mean, I think if you can get those obvious stacks, I mean, those are obviously the ones that you should be getting, and the ones that like are going to be the most effective and reliable, I should say. Burrow and Chase, AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts.
mhm.
Those you can never go wrong as a stack duo.
Yeah. I was looking at your guys' stacks. You guys have one, but I'll talk about the obvious other one is Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb.
Oh,
Um,
yep.
so if you had, you're not the elite. My little rankings here is the elite duos is Burrow and Chase. Obviously, Chase is the 101, and Burrow's going in the round four. So that you're paying a higher price for that stack duo, but it's pretty much money in the bank if you get that stack duo because you're you're going to you're most likely going to win your games with both of them. The Hurts and Brown. Hurts is going in the fourth at the turn at the 410, and Brown is in the at the turn at the 208 going there. Um, it's not as pricey, but it's still Hurts will get you, you know, his 12 rushing tush push touchdowns, but you're also risking. They only combined for 48 completions and 836 yards and 4 touchdowns. But AJ Brown's still an elite receiver that is could be your one, and when they have to, they will go to it.
Mhm.
But the other one is, like I said, Dak Prescott is in the 10th round for QB. So if you're playing the late round QB and you have CeeDee Lamb at the 106 or 107, you can have a really good stack duo. Last year, it didn't work out because Dak was hurt, but they were on pace to have uh, a somewhat replicate season to the 2023 season that they had, which was they were the highest QB and wide receiver combined in scoring in fantasy.
Dang.
I didn't have the numbers, but if you had them in 2023, you won your league pretty much.
Yep.
So that's I actually like that stack duo. If I didn't have a quarterback, I would definitely aim for that duo. If I got CeeDee Lamb, I would definitely aim for Dak.
Hmm.
So, but uh, Tim, what's yours? Because I saw your and I thought I was reading an algorithm in the beginning, and then I was like, no, I'm not. That's just what Tim is going off. So, what's your first stack duo?
Yeah, well, so let me talk about the thought process first. I think, you know, a lot of people picking stacks is going off of gut feel, right? And some of them are obvious, like the ones that we've talked about. But if you dig in a little more, I think you can uncover some potential really nice duos, right? When you think about the possibility of scoring the most possible points with a stack, for me, it's all touchdowns, right?
Yep.
You get a 1 yard touchdown and you've got a stack, say it's Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, you know, a 1 yard touchdown pass from Burrow to Chase is 12, 13 points, depending on your scoring. In order to generate that many points on a non touchdown pass, it's going to have to be an 80-yard completion without a touchdown. And how many 80-yard pass plays do we see in a season?
Maybe
A couple handful.
a handful.
Yeah, single digits, right?
Yeah.
So those are super rare.
Well, I mean, the NFL right now, it's like will probably get one every other game. So
Well, and those long pass plays, right? Like the chances are just as high of pass interference
yeah,
as an 80-yard completion.
true.
So touchdowns are definitely the number one factor for, I think, gauging an effective stack. And one of the things that I looked at, obviously, red zone attempts for QBs, red zone targets for position players.
Hmm.
Mhm.
But I looked at touchdown rate. Red zone touchdowns per red zone attempt for quarterbacks or per red zone target for position players. Um, so my first stack is Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans.
I
Nice.
love it.
You want a good offense, right? That should be the number one factor when you're trying to kind of gauge a stack. You don't want like Cleveland scored 15 points a game last year. Like it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
great.
Gross.
Yeah, it's gross. So you want an effective offense. You want teams that will pass in the red zone. And even if it's a primarily rushing team, they can still have that, you know, passing tendency in the red zone. So, anyways, back to Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans. The Tampa Bay offense, number 4 in points per game last year, number 3 in yards per game.
dang,
So effective offense. In the red zone, Baker had 80 red zone attempts. He was number 1 in the league in red zone completion percentage at 75%, and number 2 in touchdowns per red zone attempt. So every time Baker throws a red zone pass, effectively that's 0.35 touchdowns, which is a pretty good frequency.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
and I have Baker and Evans combined for 43 completions, 100, 590 in yards, and 7 touchdowns. So
I mean,
that's without Godwin.
yeah. So I mean, they're going to get the touchdowns. We know Mike Evans is a touchdown scorer. Sure, maybe it goes down a little bit this year. The end is coming for Mike Evans.
Yeah,
So we'll have to see. He missed 3 games last year. Uh, but despite that, right, was number 4 among wide receivers in touchdowns, red zone touchdowns per red zone target. So every time Mike Evans gets a red zone target, it's effectively a 50% chance he's going to score a touchdown, which is
That,
awesome.
yeah, I
And,
love that.
it's
and
great.
he averages 1 red zone target per game if we projected last season over a full slate of games. So good possibility there. Um, Anytime you get those stacked touchdowns, and Baker Mayfield to Mike Evans easily could be 2 touchdowns in a game, right? So you're doubling up on points for 2 touchdowns. That's a 25-point boost
Yeah,
on potentially 2 1-yard receptions.
yeah, and especially if you have a 6 point scoring touchdown for your QBs, not a full
Yes.
point. So you're definitely doubling up on points there.
Yeah, I really love that stat with Baker and Mike, just because Mike, if you're going, Mike's going in the third round. I think Baker's just going in the sixth round.
Uh,
So
Baker's the eighth round, at,
yeah,
and Evans is like the late fourth.
yeah,
So
and
relatively low cost, right?
Yeah,
For a
yeah,
very
draft pick.
very low cost.
very low cost. But I feel like the ceiling, just kind of like what you said about this, might be like the last year of Mike Evans being a top 10, top 15 receiver, like
Yeah.
he's always been. So I think this is going to be that last year where Baker is going to be, where's he at? Let me throw it to him. And I think this is going to be the last year of the Mike Evans train, just destroying cornerbacks and just getting a bunch of receptions and touchdowns. And I just feel like Baker Mayfield he's a really underrated quarterback.
Yeah.
Really underrated quarterback, and he might even drop in some leagues if some of the people that you're playing with don't really know football. So he might drop in some leagues, but in most leagues he's going to go around. I think you said the seventh, eighth round, Josh.
Yes.
Um, so relatively, not a high stakes stack when you draft these guys.
Yeah, and draftability is, I think, a huge piece too, right? Like if you can de-risk your stack by taking one half of your stack, or like having half of your stack be available after round six,
Yeah,
it makes it a lot more digestible.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Especially because, like, kind of what we were saying with the Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase stack, like those are your first three picks right there, or two of your first three picks right there. So you're highly depending on that stack right there. With this Baker and Mike Evans, you still have some players. You can still get a quarterback later in the round. So it's definitely a little bit less of a risk right here, but still a high ceiling for sure.
Yeah.
Love it.
Tyler, let's go with yours. I already know. I already know what guy you're going to talk about.
Well, none of these are in
In,
ranking order,
okay.
but I will say the first one is probably my favorite one. So obviously, I'm a big Jaden Daniels guy. I
Really?
feel like I feel like
No.
he should be the Madden cover. He should be the Louis Vuitton cover. He should be a Bo cover. He should be everything. But I will say that the Scary Terry situation going on right now definitely has me a little bit skeptical on this stack duo because it's the kind of same thing with like Brandon Ayuk last year. I feel like he was supposed to have a really good season, Brandon Ayuk last year,
Yeah.
but he was kind of holding out because of contract and just a bunch of stuff like that. So kind of seeing this same situation with Terry McLaurin kind of makes me a little bit, I don't know, it makes me less excited for this stack duo, especially
Yeah.
because Jaden Daniels is going in round three, round four, and Terry McLaurin is going in the round same and is going in the same round, basically third and fourth round. So like those
Yeah.
are those are two back to back picks that you're banking on.
Yeah. With McLaurin, it may drop a little because he hasn't signed yet.
Yeah, yeah,
So it may drop a couple rounds or two.
yeah,
So I I get what you're saying. Like it's like a if you take Daniels he's going the 401, and then Terry, if Terry stays where he is, he's the 107.
yeah,
I mean, most likely if you draft Jaden uh Daniels there, you're probably not going to come he may come back around, but
yeah,
it's like a back to back pick that you're taking. You're
Yeah.
missing out on maybe an elite running back or
yeah.
a not saying Terry's not a good receiver. You may miss out on a different
But
guy.
but as a stack duo, I feel like his as a stack duo, it's a little bit less. He's a little bit less effective with a stack duo. I feel like, and especially because we were just talking about Burrow and Chase. Those are your first three picks right there, so you're highly banking on 'em. So this same thing right here with Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin. These are your first three picks.
Yeah,
You gotta. These are key players in your lineup. So rather than if you're kind of on the same side as me with the whole Scary Terry, Jaden Daniels stack, old man hurts.
old man,
Old man hurts going undrafted or
he
maybe
is.
even in the last round.
You
You
could
know,
you could literally take him in your last round, and
yeah,
he'll be there.
yes, and I'm not saying this is gonna be a league winner stack right here, but tight ends have been really, very sketchy last year, and might be a little sketchy this year with how things are going right now. Jaden Daniels and Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz was tight end number 6 last year. He was second in all categories behind Terry McLaurin. He had 91 targets, 66 catches, not that many yards, 654 yards, but 7 touchdowns. 21 red zone targets. And last year with Zach Ertz, with Jaden Daniels, I thought this was a pretty cool stat. He had his best catch rate and also had the most yards per target since 2018. And that was Zach Ertz going crazy. And he was a good pick in fantasy. Last year being his best catch rate was 72 and a half, and his yards per target were 7.2. So I think it's just a nice little, if you're scared of if you want Jaden Daniels like I do, I really want Jaden Daniels on my team because I just love him.
You have them. You have them
Yes,
in every league that you're in, probably.
yes, but I'm also in 2 leagues where I don't have him, and I am
Oh,
targeting them very heavily. So if you're scared of that scary Terry Jaden Daniels stack, and you're not, kind of scared of that Brandon Ayuk situation last year being similar to this, I think Jaden Daniels, Zach Ertz is going to be somewhat of a solid stack right here. Just something, something to give you depth in your tight in your lineup. Zach Ertz is a great tight end. He's going undrafted. You can get some good flex players, some good bench players without worrying about a tight end. So this is why I put that in there. I'm not saying it's going to be something that's going to win your league, but something that's going to help your lineup and something that's going to, you know, help you have less stress later in the league or later in the season.
yeah. And if you're punting your tight end position,
Exactly.
you can pick up Zach Ertz.
Exactly.
Just what they Daniels and McLaurin did last season. They combined for 56 completions, 801 yards, and 9 touchdowns. That was Scary Terry's highest scoring season of
Yep.
being there. He's been there for like 10 years. So, and then like just to add on what um you can also Debo's going in the ninth round. So that's also a they may McLaurin may not pay off of where he's being drafted right now this year. It may be some regression, and he also has to sign. But I think Debo will take some of that stuff. Will take some touchdowns away from him and some yards, but it's still, um, if you still want to stack, Debo is still there, and
Yep.
I still think Debo has something in him to prove. One,
Yep. Yep. I agree.
Yeah, and both of these stacks have good red zone numbers. I mean, Terry McLaurin had 9 red zone touchdowns on 14 red zone targets last year.
wow,
That's the highest touchdowns per target in the red zone among receivers who had 10 or more targets. So super efficient. Zach Ertz, similarly, efficient in the red zone, 6 red zone touchdowns on 18 red zone targets.
Nice.
So productive, productive possibilities, and with Ertz, right? Like stacking that up, I think is an interesting potential way to try to add value to your tight end slot.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give you, like I said, I had elite duos, I had upside, and I have good. I'm gonna give you one of my high upside ones, and it's Stafford and Puka Nakua.
Ooh.
Um, as of right now, Stafford is dealing with a back issue, but I don't.
That's worrisome.
That that
He's
is
had bad back problems.
yeah, that is very worry. It worries me because like I'm not gonna get Stafford in any of my leagues, but it worries if I had Puka, I'd be worried a little bit because their backup is Jimmy Garoppolo,
Oh,
and it's not good.
Devontae's
Um,
gonna be happy about that.
no, and so yeah, Devontae will not be happy.
As I'm wearing this
I don't think he's
great
happy
Raiders
at
hat.
all. Um,
oh man.
did you see the that clip last
Yes.
year of Tim? Did you see that clip last year of the
No.
he was it was on Netflix. It's like I forget what it's called. But Adams was like, "This dude's gonna get me killed. He's gonna get me murdered."
Oh
Yeah.
And it was Jimmy, and I was like, "I got to get out of here." And lo and behold, he's back with him on the ring.
my gosh.
It's kind of funny.
I don't know. Maybe the Rams roll with Stetson Bennett. He looked okay yesterday.
Yeah. So, as of right now, Stafford is being undrafted. But Puka is going in the first round. It's the 106. He may. I don't know if. I don't think he's gonna get out of the first round. Maybe he'll slide back, maybe into like the 112, or maybe the first round of the second round.
Okay.
At Adams is going in like the third round ish. But with Stafford and Puka was injured. I want to say for at least four games last season.
It was. I
So
think it was more than that.
was it more than that? I feel
Yeah.
like it was. Yeah. So they combined for 54 completions, 708 yards, and 3 touchdowns. The touchdowns for Puka are not always there, but I feel like if Stafford made Cooper Cup the Triple Crown receiver, and I think he can do that with Puka if Stafford's healthy. So, and then with Devontae there, I think the touchdowns for Puka could still be there, maybe a little bit more than 3, definitely. But it I think Devontae helps this offense more because I think there'll be a more clear out for Puka down, so he may be just a hyper target PPR machine this year, and should be happy with that. But it is scary that Stafford is not doing great with his back. So
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I think with Matt Stafford, he's definitely. I've definitely been a fan of Matt Stafford and getting him off the waiver wire and just keeping him away and just streaming him on maybe a divisional game or maybe on an offense that doesn't have the best defense or the pass
yeah,
defense.
and also it doesn't help that Kyron Williams takes away a lot of touchdowns too from this
Yeah.
Yeah,
offense
yeah,
because they definitely run the ball a lot. So
yeah,
it's a very high upside uh for them to, if you do this stack duo, because you're really not risking anything with the QB.
yeah.
You don't even have to draft a QB if you just want to go pick up Stafford after your draft. So
I mean, Blake Corum had 2 touchdowns in
yeah,
the first preseason game.
Blake Corum. Wow, that's great. Good for him. Good for him. Good for him. Do you remember that whole like thing like last year? Like, oh, they've drafted Blake Corum. Kyron's gonna not just.
He's
I
not going to see the same thing
Yeah.
after that.
It's just funny how much like we pivot when they draft someone
Yeah.
else, and then it's the Kyron. Kyron got signed for like a 3-year deal with
Yep.
the Rams. It's like, oh, he's fine. And I was like, hey, he was always fine. So it's just funny. But Tim, give us your next stack duo.
All right, my next stack is a tight end quarterback duo, and this goes a little bit against some of what I was saying, and because this is largely
Gross.
perceived as a rushing team, I mean maybe it is gross, but
But I get it. I get why the tight end. I get it. I actually get it because certain players hurt and it may not be there. So
yeah, so it's Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews. Lamar Jackson, you're going to take obviously earlier, and Mark Andrews is available in round 10 or
Yeah,
11.
yeah,
So again, kind of de-risking yourself by taking Mark Andrews, in a later round if you're going to wait in your tight end slot. But again, an excellent offense in Baltimore, right? Number 1 in yards per game with 424 yards per game. That's far and away number 1 in the league. And then they have the number 3 scoring offense as well, 30.5 points a game. Lamar had 63 red zone attempts last year, which again, for a team with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, was kind of surprising. And on those attempts, Lamar was number 3 in red zone completion at 69.8%. Additionally, on the efficiency metric for red zone touchdowns per red zone attempt, Lamar tops the league at number one. So every time Lamar throws a red zone attempt, there's a 50% chance again that it's going to be a touchdown.
Yeah.
And the vast majority of those touchdowns were to Mark Andrews last year. 15 red zone targets, 10 red zone touchdowns. That's high efficiency.
Nice.
Um, and so for Andrews, right, that's 0.667 touchdowns per red zone target, which is nuts. Uh, over half a touchdown every time he gets targeted in the red zone. So 11 total red zone touchdowns for Mark Andrews last year. That's a lot of stack points if you go with Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews. So yeah, maybe there's some touchdown regression, but hopefully not too much on Andrews because it does seem like the end is near for Mark Andrews.
Yep.
But an interesting stack, and I think something you might be able to try fairly low risk.
Yeah, I definitely like that. I definitely like the
I
well, I kind of said one too with
I like it
quarterback
and
and tight
I
end.
hate it at the same time.
Oh yeah, it feels gross.
It's I but like I so go ahead, Tyler. I'll rant after you speak.
Kind of gave a quarterback tight end stack duo too. And I really like those just because like you don't you don't take the risk of drafting two key players. Lamar Jackson obviously going in the first 3 rounds, first 2 rounds, whatever it is. And then Mark Andrews going into the middle of the round or middle of the draft. And I just feel like those quarterback tight end uh, stack duos just kind of give you some leeway and kind of give you a little bit more of a safety net in your lineup when it comes to drafting good players in the middle of the round and drafting a great quarterback early. I think it's just a little bit more safe if you don't want to do that wide receiver quarterback stack duo. Because again, right, you're highly dependent on that, especially if it's your wide receiver one and QB one.
Yeah. Lamar is going in third, and I didn't find
Mark Andrews is going in like in the
ninth
ninth,
round.
10th.
So you're not paying as much for one your QB, and you could still get a good tight end
Yeah,
with Andrews. Like I said with my little rant, I hate that I'm kind of on like I will be targeting Andrews just because of this because of the likely news of him not being able to go, but I it's so
It's always likely.
it hurt so bad last year when I had him. I drafted him with full confidence. I have a top three tight end here. And then within 4 weeks, it turned out to be a dud, a dud, a dud. And then I was just so mad, dropped him. And then he still had a dud. And then I was like, oh, good. He had a dud. And the tight end I picked up didn't do great. I'm like, crap. Well, he's still there and he has a good matchup coming up. So yeah, but I do like it. I do like Lamar with Andrews. This could be the last ride for him too,
Yeah.
because his last season, the off season for him was like they may trade him, they may trade him away, he may not. So we'll see.
and
And
remember,
then also,
go for it, Tim.
uh, back to what Tyler was saying a little bit earlier, like it's lower risk with these tight ends with potentially just as good or higher upside, right? Like if you take Burrow and Chase and Cincinnati has a bad week,
Hmm.
like that's tanking your week.
Mhm.
Whereas Andrews, like you didn't draft Andrews at a premium. Same with Zach Ertz, right? Like, oh, okay, maybe Zach Ertz just gets me 5 points this week. That's kind of what you're expecting,
Yeah,
right? But if you hit, it could win your week.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not going to tank your week like it would be with a higher profile stack. Um, and then just a couple additional quick stats. I was shocked by this, but Lamar Jackson had the most red zone touchdown passes in the league last year.
Yeah.
31.
31.
31.
Wow, I did not know that.
So I was very surprised to see that. Um, Good completion percentage, almost 70%. So it it feels like there's something there.
All right.
And
I'm
again,
gonna
guys,
yeah.
we're not telling you to
Yeah, and we're not
definitely.
this is just yeah, go ahead. You were explaining it.
Yeah, these aren't stacked duos that we're telling you to definitely take over like Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase or AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts. These are just stacked duos that, if you miss those big high profile stacked duos, these are something that you can fall back on later in the rounds. And let's just say you get Joe Burrow or you get Jamar Chase and someone else gets Joe Burrow. You can kind of rely on something else. You can get Mike Evans or Baker Mayfield later in the rounds, or or you already got a quarterback, but something to fall back on.
Yeah, and some a way to get some upside later in drafts potentially as well.
Yes.
Sure. All right. I'm gonna give you my last one, so it's gonna be kind of combining, but it's the guys. Some of the guys, one of them moved to a different team. One has not played in the league, and one played the last 3 games of the season. So it's but I'll do I also have one more that I like a lot. It's Goff and I'll just Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Just talk briefly about him.
Yeah.
This is kind of a this is this is the this is the CD Lamb Dak Prescott light. Uh, it's not as sexy because they're both Detroit Lion players, but it's Amara's in the first round of the ninth, 109, and Goff is going around 10, so he's going around just where Dak is too. They combined for 81 completions, 892 yards, and 10 touchdowns last season. So high potential for PPR. Um, I don't know what this offense is going to look like for Detroit this year, so it's a little risky, but it's not too risky. So because Ross just shuts
Yeah.
sure-handed receiver.
Yeah. Wide receiver 3 last year.
Yeah. So the three I'm gonna talk about is this is Darnold and JSN. Um,
Ooh,
it's interesting
very interesting.
because if
Nice.
you go back because I also have JJ McCarthy and Justin Jefferson here. If you go back to last season with
Josh,
Darnold,
Josh coming up with the
it
diamonds in the rough over here.
well, it's not even a diamond. It's you. We have to talk about this kind of stuff because there are people in leagues that are like is Darnold the dude, and he went from the Vikings to the Seahawks because the Seahawks paid him for 3 years to be their quarterback. So
Yeah.
with so Sam Darnold with Justin Jefferson last year was 75 completions, 170 yards, and 7 touchdowns. And now you go to Seattle, JSN combined with Geno, 75 completions, 927 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Now, with that, does Sam give him, let's say Sam gives him Geno numbers. Is that good enough for you to win a league? I don't know. But it's still interesting to bring up. And then it does JJ do what Sam did with Justin Jefferson?
Mm.
It's very because JJ's we don't know what JJ is. He was supposed to be the dude last year. I know a lot of people are riding high with him and believe that he's the dude. So it's very interesting on what do you do? Like, are you Tim? You have Jason in
I
the
have JSN.
are
Yes.
how you he's your dynasty league, right?
Yeah.
How is he your one or he just there? Like you got
No,
him.
he's so I got him in a trade last year.
Okay.
Um, but I would say he's my number one. The other candidates would be Lad McConkey or DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
So it would either be him or Lad. but I would
How,
say JSN's my one.
how would you feel if he was your one on your team? Like doing a
Oh,
redraft.
I'd be okay with it.
Okay.
That would mean I'm like waiting a little bit longer, right? Is JSN going in what, round 3?
Yeah, he's the 308 as of this week, as I looked. Uh, I looked today, it's still 308, so nothing's been done. But you're okay with him being your one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy with him being my one at least the next couple of seasons. Um, it's a really interesting conversation between Darnold and Geno Smith, right? Like, especially again, I'm hyper focused on red zone numbers this year. Geno Smith was not good in the red zone last year.
No.
10 red zone touchdowns, but only a 48% completion rate on 56 red zone attempts. Darnold, on the other hand, was surprisingly good. And I think that was across the board last year, right? Darnold was surprisingly good across the board. 26 red zone touchdowns, 70.5% completion on 88 red zone attempts for Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
So a better red zone quarterback, I would say, in Seattle this year to kind of boost JSN's numbers, which were already pretty good, right? Only had 15 targets in the red zone last year and 5 touchdowns. But that's still pretty efficient, right? Like
Yeah.
a third of the time when JSN gets a red zone target, it turns into a touchdown.
Turns into, yeah, for sure. So that's, yeah. And it's interesting because I'm I'm really interested to see what Sam Donald is with
Yeah.
Seattle. I don't know what they're gonna do, but it's something I had to throw out there because
Uh,
Darnold is going undrafted, and you can get JSN's in third round. So if you're really punting the QB, go for it here.
I really like Darnold's potential upside in like 2 QB and superflex leagues.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely in yeah, that's a good point. And the last one I'll do here is Michael Penix and Drake London here. For the
I
last,
almost added this one to my list.
yeah, I actually really like. I was looking into it and I forgot that this is so London's targets for the last 3 games, whereas with Penix was 8, 13, and 18.
Yep.
And the last game he scored 2 touchdowns. So
Yep.
Michael Penix is hyper targeting Drake London, and that's great. So it makes Drake London's going in the second round, the 208. Penix is being undrafted here. So I don't know. This is actually interesting strategy here. I may just do this in the league, just punt the QB and see if whatever you get with like your receivers go with that guy if they're being undrafted. So it's interesting.
Yeah, Drake London tied for third in red zone targets last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely like that stack for sure. Just because you saw what they did in only 3 games last year. And I feel like the Falcons get a little bit more of an identity boost with Michael Penix as their quarterback rather than Kirk Cousins. And I just feel like with Michael Penix, I feel like with Michael Penix as the quarterback, um, Drake London is definitely going to be loving that and definitely going to be somewhat of a better wide receiver with Michael Penix in there.
And he's like, I mean, regardless, if we have no idea what Kyle Pitts will do this year.
He's going to do great. What are you talking about?
So Drake Lennon is the one on this team, and yeah, I wouldn't mind having him as my one either.
Michael Penix even said in an interview he's going to throw him the ball more. So,
oh, good, perfect.
Kyle Pitts for president.
All right, Tyler, do you have one more? Right?
Yeah, let's go one more because I don't know which one I'm gonna say. So,
well, you got. I mean, you have two. You have actually, I don't mind any of them. Go for it.
so I'm just gonna say one that's not like That's very, very low risk.
Yeah.
Very, very low risk. Cam Ward and Calvin Ridley.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. There's no real evidence behind this besides just watching the preseason game and them going 3 for 3 for 50. Um, but I feel like if Cam Ward wasn't on the Titans, he'd be a lot more hyped up in fantasy. The Titans added two studs on the O line to give them more protection. Um, Tony Pollard and Tyjae Spears, uh, they're great at checking down. They're good at catching passes. Um, and then they added Tyler Lockett for a little bit more of a deep threat. Even though he's getting older and may not be as fast, but he's definitely a deeper threat and can get down the field. So that kind of leaves Calvin Ridley for Cam Ward's number one target, and a little bit more space for Calvin Ridley to give a little shimmy inside the middle and get open. You know.
Yeah. We talked about this in the beginning of the show. I really like it. I like Calvin Ridley. I think he still has the juice.
Yeah.
And I think Cam Ward is definitely a better quarterback than Will Levis. I will
Yeah.
Oh,
100% say that. Um,
Yeah. And last year, Calvin Ridley was wide receiver 28 with Will Levis as the
yeah,
quarterback.
yeah, that's yeah,
That being wide receiver 28 is not great, but like he also had Will Levis as a quarterback, and I feel like that's pretty good for having Will Levis as your quarterback. So
yeah, for
uh,
sure.
I think with a little bit more of a reliable arm and a little bit more of a, this is like the second year that that the the offensive coordinator is with the Titans. I think there's going to be a little bit more of a pace, a little bit more of a familiarity with how play calls are going to be going to Calvin Ridley, and I just think Cam Ward is a great quarterback. He throws the ball nice. I think he's going to be in the league for a long time. So I just think that's going to be kind of like a low end stack, just giving some, I don't know, just a little bit of something right there, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, it's really interesting. Again, like low risk, Cam Ward,
He's a yeah,
probably going at the end, if not undrafted.
Yeah, he's going undrafted for
yeah, he's
sure.
undrafted for sure.
So yeah, some low risk. I mean, you could stash Cam Ward on your bench and see how things go.
Exactly. You
Mhm.
know, maybe they catch fire in the middle of the season and have 3 4 games right in a row that are just hot. Um, so that's kind of like my wishy washy stack duo that Mike could hit.
It's not
Another,
it's not a bad stack actually. It's really
yeah,
Yeah.
it has a little something to it.
it's very low risk. It doesn't cost you anything. Like especially if you're Ridley's going in the seventh and he's the one on the team, you could definitely uh, be confident. I'm confident that he's gonna not return to form, but return as at least a top 15 receiver.
Yeah, definitely with a better quarterback, he's
With and
definitely going to
because
get
he
better
definitely
numbers.
has a better quarterback. So I like Calvin Ridley this year. So
Yeah, me too. Um, I don't know which one to pick out of here because I'm just going to say it.
just do it, do it.
Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson.
Gross.
Kind of weird. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like it, but I will say that Wilson had was wide receiver 10 last year. Wilson was wide receiver 10 last year with Aaron Rodgers. Wilson's yard per catch was almost 11 yards, and Wilson had career best all last year: 101 catches, 1,104 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Um, and then with Fields, Justin Fields, he did good last year with the Steelers. I think Steelers were just set on Russell Wilson,
Yes, we were.
and no matter what Justin Fields did, Russell Wilson was going to be the starting quarterback when he came back. So you kind
Idiots.
of get a running a running aspect too with Justin Fields. Um, in the 6 games he played, he had 2 top 10s, and he was top 15 5 of those times. Um, so it's
I was so surprised when they moved away from Fields last year.
no, me too. And again, this is Justin Fields is going in the 11th, 12th round, maybe even 10th round. Garrett Wilson is going in the 3rd round, which I feel like is that's a little high for Garrett Wilson. Even though he is wide receiver 10, I just feel like that's a little high for him. Um, but again, something that's gonna give you a rushing aspect to it with Justin Fields. And hopefully this can be kind of like a different story than Devontae teaming up with Derek Carr.
Yeah.
You know, old college
Yeah.
teammates getting together. Maybe they're really excited. Maybe they're having breakfast with each other.
Uh,
All that good stuff.
yeah. Just to get, yeah, if you guys don't, if none of you pay attention to college, Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson have both played at Ohio State. To give you what they did together at Ohio State, they connected for 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns, and they
Single
won.
season?
In a season, that was the season of um when they were playing for the national championship.
Oh, okay. So
So
there's
Yeah.
chemistry there.
that
Garrett
was
Wilson got
yeah,
paid too.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
And yeah, exactly. There's no contract issue with Garrett Wilson. He's signed. He's ready to play. Justin Fields going late in the round. You know,
yeah,
so
it's. I just don't know what the Jets offense is going to look like because
yeah,
It's literally the same story every single season.
yeah,
well it's now it's the guy the head coach was the defensive coordinator at Detroit. He brought over one of the offensive coaches from Detroit. So I don't know if they're trying to, do the same thing the Detroit Lions did last season, but I don't think they have the personnel for that.
No,
That's
they definitely don't.
so yeah, it's just interesting.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. But yeah, it's Aaron Glenn, I think, who came over from
Yeah,
Detroit.
that's it. Aaron Glenn.
yeah. So that's another one. But the one that I think this is the best one that out of the last two I just said, this is the one that I think that's going to be a solid one. Justin Herbert and Lad McConkey. Um, Lad McConkey was wide receiver 13. Justin Herbert, quarterback 12. Even though Greg Roman, who is the offensive coordinator and the play caller there, he's not a pass heavy play caller, but this is Justin Herbert's number one target, and this is also they are going to have to pass the ball. Um, so I think when they do, they're gonna try to target Lad McConkey and see when he's open. They're gonna throw to him. So I think the volume here, let's just say like Mike Evans and Baker Mayfield, like the volume there is gonna be a little bit more, and I feel like than just Herbert and Lad McConkey. So I feel like the volume is gonna be a little bit more touchdown dependent on this stack duo. Um, but we have Herbert 6 weeks in the top 10. Lad McConkey averaging 13 yards per catch. I think this is going to be somewhat of a decent stack duo. Lad McConkey going the 2nd round, and Justin Herbert going in the 9th, 10th round. So medium risk right here. Medium risk right here because you can still get good players in the 2nd and 9th round. So medium risk right here with this stack duo.
I like it. I definitely like uh Lad and Herbert. It with even with Keenan Allen there, I think it brings some I think it brings more attention to uh Herbert to throw the
Yeah,
ball more.
yeah,
Because it I mean, you don't go out and sign an old player that was on your team 2 years ago and then um bring him on to because they don't have anyone else. It's
no,
only it's really Lad. Like I'm not hating on Quentin Johnson here, but like it's really only him.
No,
So
yeah, it is for sure.
I definitely think though it's going to be a PPR show there for sure. So,
Yeah.
Tim, did you have one more or
I have one more. I have
okay?
one more. So I wanted to try to find a quarterback running back stack
Oh,
that
like
might
it.
work out pretty well. And this one's going to feel a little bit gross. Tyler's going to hate this one. But it's Devon Achan and Tua Tagovailoa.
Ooh, yucky.
Yeah, tough.
Yeah, the Dolphins offense was not good last year, right? Middle of the road, number 18 in yards per game, number 2 in scoring offense. We all know they had the turmoil. Tua missed what six or seven games.
Yeah.
It was just kind of a mess. But the year before that, they were one of the best offenses in the league.
Mhm.
Yeah, Devon Achan is just great.
Yeah. So you want Achan on your team anyways. He's a round one pick, I believe. So you're going to take him early regardless. But if you're going to wait on quarterback, you could potentially snag Tua down the road. They connected for 6 red zone touchdowns last year. That's tops among running backs.
That's
So
that's a lot for a quarterback
oh
running back
yeah,
duo.
yeah, for sure. The only other one that had there was another. Oh yeah, Rashad White was number 2 in red zone receiving touchdowns for running backs. Um,
That's not
we're
bad.
not gonna we won't talk about Rashad White.
No, we don't need to.
But so in the 11 games that Tua played last year, he was pretty good, right? 73% completions overall, 59 red zone attempts last year, again, only in 11 games. And that's 11 games because he missed 6, but I think he missed pieces of even more games than that.
Yep. Yep.
Um, so if you project that out over 17 games, that comes to 92 red zone attempts, which is really good. Would be fourth among quarterbacks for last season. He's ranked number 7 at red zone touchdowns per red zone passing attempt at 0.27 touchdowns per attempt. And his 69.5% red zone completion is number 4 in the league. So actually pretty good, efficient, accurate numbers, especially in the red zone for Tua.
Yeah.
Um, if he plays a full season, I think there's a lot of possibilities there. And HN, we all know he's up there in the top 2 or 3 for receiving prowess out of the backfield.
That dude
Him,
is yeah, that dude is just a PPR machine, dude.
yeah, he's an
It's
animal.
I think there was a game he had he had like 18 catches. I don't know how many catches he had, but he had so many. I was like, he has so many catches. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, he had 87 targets last year. Oddly enough, that was number 2 in the league, behind Alvin Kamara. But you're not stacking Kamara with any quarterback. That you're not taking any Saints quarterback this year.
No.
Um, HN number 1 in running back receiving yards with 592, and
Yeah,
number 2 in running back red zone targets.
yeah, he had 9 targets in like week 13. But like the games that he's Achan's been like top 3, top 10, he's had over 5 targets.
Yeah,
It's insane.
and the nice thing about this stack too is Tua could have a crap game, but HN could still have a good game.
Yep. Yep.
So it doesn't tank you quite as badly.
I feel like Achan always has a great game, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, he's so multifaceted and effective and explosive. He's just I'm targeting him everywhere as
Yeah,
much
yeah,
as I
for sure.
can.
For sure. I love Devon Achan. I just feel like if Tua can play with pillows inside his helmet, this
He need, he needs to wear the guardian cap.
yeah, if
Like
Tua can,
he has to.
yeah. Holy smokes. I like it.
I got one more weird one that nobody will ever do.
Let's see it.
Go for it.
All right, this is the worst stack idea in the history of fantasy football. but stack Travis Hunter and the Jacksonville defense.
Ooh, like you draft Travis Hunter as a receiver, but then you play the Jacksonville Jaguars defense.
Right. Then you get all of his interceptions and interceptions for touchdown points as well. So that's the way you get the full Travis Hunter picture.
Well, so you will get Travis Hunter. You will get the Travis Hunter interception points, and also the Jacksonville defense interception points.
Yeah, and then if he scores a touchdown, you get a Travis touchdown. You
Oh,
get
no. Travis
yeah.
Hunter, I don't think Travis Hunter as a wide receiver in fantasy isn't going to get the defense points.
Oh, he won't get the defensive points, but the defense will get the points if they score the touchdown.
Right. So this is the only way that you're going to get the full impact.
Yeah, there's also like as a receiver, if he scores a touchdown.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
But I wouldn't stack. Oh, the other thing about Jacksonville, again, I'm out on T-Law. I don't want any part of Trevor Lawrence this year.
Yeah.
But BTJ is a beast, especially in the red zone. So if Trevor Lawrence somehow turns it around this year, it's something to track because BTJ is such a beast.
Brian Thomas Jr. is amazing.
Yeah. Anyways, that's all I got.
Nice.
I like it. Yeah, I like it a lot. I don't know if there was any more that I don't think we got to, but yeah. The other one was it all depends on the QB. It's CJ Stroud and Nico Collins. But with Nico was hurt for like 6 games, I think, last season. So they only combined for 800 yards and 4 touchdowns. CJ played, I don't know what he did last season. I don't know what the offense was doing. So it's not as high risk for your draft capital. Nico's going the second round at the turn, like the 203, 202. And then CJ is going in the 14th round. So you're not, if you believe in CJ, go for it. If you don't believe in CJ, don't do it. Just draft Nico and just be happy with your wide receiver one. So, all right, that's all we got. You guys, anything else, guys?
That's good. Let's go.
No,
fantasy football's close.
Football's here. The draft.
Enjoy preseason. Draft Efton Chisholm had a great game for the Patriots.
Efton Chisholm. That's what you're going with.
Seriously, look it up.
That's what you end the show with.
Efton Chisholm.
Wow.
Efton MF Chisholm. That's all.
Jesus. With that note, please like and subscribe to the podcast. Follow us on YouTube. We're trying to get to 100 followers on YouTube.
Nice.
That's my goal.
Let's go.
That's our goal.
Yeah.
Please and follow us on TikTok. Get us up there. Like and share the videos that you see on TikTok, and please give us a 5-star rating on our podcast. Find us on Apple and Spotify. Ball Bros Don't Lie.
Efton Chisholm, 6 receptions, 50 yards and a touchdown.
Right.
Let's go.
All right. Now Tim's gonna just have Efton Chisholm all over his screen.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Thank you again for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.
There, guys.
Yeah.